A very, very good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Brooksfield here at Cowdray Park Polo Club, and welcome to viewers online on Cowdray TV and Polo Line TV. We're here for the second game of the day for the St. Regis Cowdray Gold Cup. It's Dubai Polo team in the green shirts versus Fern Park in the darker grey shirts. We're about 30-odd degrees here. My name is Carlo Martinez, and John Kent joining me on the live stream. John, we're looking forward to this matchup. Dubai, a very strong team, 11 finals, 6 titles to their name, and have just come through semi-finals of the Queen's Cup. They got knocked out of there, but they've just won the Royal Windsor as well. Wow. Against a very strong Fern Park side with a new addition. Great to see Facundo Pierres in there.
Yeah, they've come out with a really strong lineup this year. It's interesting you're just talking about Dubai. They came as close as anyone to defeating that balanced capital side.
They did. Let's have a look at the lineup then on the field, and we can talk about who is on what side. Dubai, Tariq Al-Bawadi, he joins this year. Rashid giving Tariq a go at the number 1 position, 0 goal. Antonio Hegi, Donny, 7 goal handicap, number 2. Barto Castagnola, 9 goals, and all of 9 goals for sure, if not more. And Santos Merlos is in the number 4, the 6 goal handicap. And for Fern Park, we've got Veer Harmsworth at the front. We've got Chris McKenzie, number 2. We've got Joaquin Pitaluga at number 3, 7 goals. And we've got Facundo Pierres on 9 goals. Horses are coming to the field, and the ball is in. It's Barto on Olivia. Pasquale Olivia with the white tape on her nose, chasing back. And straight away, it's Facundo Pierres straight out the line out, John. And he goes for a shot on goal.
So Facundo, we just saw his brother Nico, and Facundo is just rolling, but finished off by Joaquin Pitaluga. And Carl, you spoke again, Facundo new to this lineup. How much we are looking forward to him playing in this team.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Facundo and have a run. He's been with Black Bears, he's been with Park Place, he's moved around a little bit. But to come into Fern Park alongside Joaquin, alongside Chris McKenzie, South African international, this is going to be an exciting, it's a local team. But yeah, Dubai, they're strong, they're super. They've had 6 titles, they've been in 11 finals. And Barto on that lovely little mare, the black Pascoa Olivia. Watch out, deadly for him. But Facundo seems to be making all the moves at the moment from the lineouts, John.
Yeah, it's Facundo Pierres. We will get some of his horses, but you're going to see the likes of Twitter out here, Bitcoin, the Stallion, as he sends it down at the ground. Looking to see if he can find a runner. It's up to Al-Bawadi in defence with the open backhand. It's all Fern Park at the moment, but just a little overeager perhaps in there.
Yeah, a little overeager in front of the Dubai player. But it's a nice start from Fern Park. The backhand came out. We had a Joaquin going one way. We had a Dubai player trying to take the line and come back on that line out. So penalty awarded to Barto and the Dubai team. And on the little mare, Open Cimento by Dolo. He played in the Open, this horse. He's been playing it all season here in the UK. It'll come out a little bit later on, but it certainly is one of his good ones that he likes to start on. There's the pass up from Dubai to try and find Donny.
So it's Antonio Hegi. Oh, this time it looked like Facu coming behind. Barto not happy, has a look round at the umpires.
Yeah, so Facundo had the line. He thought that he came onto that closer. Tony had to come off and move round. Umpires out there. Jason Dixon and Ben Turner are our mounted officials. And Peter Wright is our third man on the sidelines. We've just come over from Lawns for the first game, which was a brilliant game between Kazakh, last year's finalists, and Jindal Steel. La Dauphine, if you're just tuning in, you want to know what the score of that was. It was 14 goals to Kazakh. They took the win. 11 goals to Jindal Steel. So, 5 on the clock. Penalty and taken quickly. Facundo back up to Pitaluga.
So it's gone a little bit further than perhaps he was intending. Coming in there is Harmsworth. Merlos fighting hard there. Santos Merlos now looking to bring it away. The near side play, strong play again by Harmsworth, but it's here now with Antonio Hegi. Hegi just has a look behind him. Antonio Hegi did miss the Queen's Cup game in between these two sides due to injury. Dubai they came out on top that day. It's still here now with Merlos running out there in front of Pierres. Merlos on the near side looking to go. Santos Merlos, what a score this is. Santos Merlos, it's a goal apiece.
Yeah, it's a nice little run from that. It was nice from Tony. They call him the punchinator, Tony. He punches that ball up, and it's got up to Santo Merlos. He's 20 years of age. He's the guy you need. If any doubt creeps in, they use him to refocus. He's Mr. Positive and son of former 10-goaler Sebastian Merlos, grandson of the legendary 9-goaler Juan Carlos Cacho Merlos, and obviously extended Merlos family. It's definitely a standout player of the Argentina's next generation. He comes with such good bloodlines as some of these horses out there, John.
Yeah, we really are seeing some good horses early on this game. It's interesting, those who are familiar with the horses. It was, of course, Hector Castagnola, who we have familiarised with the Dubai lineup over the last couple of years, and his brother Barto is on many of those horses. We saw Hector playing Olivia very much at the forefront of that list, and Barto is just superbly mounted, and you can see the difference Scarlett's made in his play. He's so quick out there this year. Yeah,
absolutely. It's quite nice to see Barto there having the focus on him, and Hector's gone to a great team this year. We're looking forward to seeing how that works for him. And La Navidad, they've got their own breed going. Lolo Castagnola, he'll be watching. He's back in Argentina. He's been getting up and watching every game, they tell me. And then they're giving a play-by-play analysis, John, at the end of it to give him his coaching tips from Argentina. But he's been looking after the breeding operation, and what a breeding operation it is. And on that, you can see that pony coming flying down there for Dubai. There was a stop and turn on the line there, John, from the Fern Park player.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting having a look at this one, Carl, on the instant replay. He initially had the space to turn around, I think, but the speed coming behind Barto. It'd be interesting what the umpire say, because he did come from a long way.
Yeah, he came from a long way, and I think he created the line. He touched the ball. I think he had it on his right side.
It's for turn right. If there's anyone coming close, you can't tap the ball right.
Hard and fast, though,
so they're going to have to, decide, was the safety there? Did he have a right to come in? That's what they're going to be talking about, perhaps with the third man, Peter Wright, to our right-hand side.
Peter Wright to our right. So he's saying that he's not turning. Let's see. He hadn't turned as yet. Dubai coming down a bit too quick, maybe a bit too intimidating. Let's see. Great to see Santi Merlos out there. His move to Dubai organisation is definitely a clear sign of how highly regarded he is. He's only 20. He's already competing on the biggest stages. And it's brilliant to see Dubai back, one of the most iconic and successful organisations.
So they've given this one in favour of Fern Park. They said the space was there for Chris McKenzie. He didn't actually take the ball right, is what they're saying.
There you go.
So spot hit, Joaquin Pitaluga. Pitaluga takes the tap. Long-time professional for this Harmsworth Fern Park organisation, as he now finds Facundo Pierres. Pierres sending it down the ground using Chris McKenzie. McKenzie, the South African international, so dependable in these organisations. Back there is Abwadi. Abwadi over the top. In there comes Veer Harmsworth going up towards the back line.
Great
Abwadi, what a shot that is. Sending it out, looking for Antonio Heggie. He's taken out. In there comes Chris McKenzie.
Yeah, so Antonio Heggie coming across, and Barto coming across. In goes McKenzie around. What a brilliant backhand and defence shot from Tariq. Absolutely brilliant. So, Dubai player coming down, a turn from Fern Park. Umpires Jason Dixon, Ben Turner, and Peter Wright on the side. So, quick spot to Dubai. Fern Park just coming round on the circle. Barto, he's changed from one powerhouse onto another.
So Barto Castagnola sends it long down the ground. He's got two runners in Antonio Heggie and Santos Merlos. Coming back in defence, though, is Chris McKenzie. McKenzie, not a lot of distance. Good play again by Abwadi, but across came Pierres. A little bit of a late whistle. We'll see what the umpires have seen.
Yeah. Faku not happy with that call. Interesting on that, on the replay, actually. You can... Did they see a green crossing, or did they see... They have. They've given it to green. They were coming across the line and penalised Faku and the guys. Okay, so quick spot here, John, to buy. A little bit, a couple of stops and starts. Hasn't really got going, this chucker, has it? As flowing as the previous game. We're halfway through. It's one apiece.
One apiece as Barter now looks to get it flowing. Just kicks it on. Behind him comes Santos Merlos. Merlos about 50 yards out from goal now. Has a look, Santos Merlos, Barto Castagnola just trying to be a little bit clever there, I think, Carl.
Yeah, trying to be a little bit clever, but that was even more special awareness from Fern Park. Chris McKenzie just riding that line. Penalty's going to go up the field. And that was a good play by McKenzie. It's allowed them to gain a lot of field and a lot of space. It's a new look with the Facundo, with the addition of Chris McKenzie as well, because that's new. It also brings huge experience from the back and making this arguably one of the strongest Fern Park teams I've seen for a long time. And I think they've been building towards this, John, for a while now. They're always ambitious. They're always strong in tournaments. They had a great run last year. But it's their evolution that's really good. They've built it now. If you look at the lineup with Chris and Joaquin and Facundo, that's a tough side and one of the best organizations and genuine contenders, I feel, this year, if they have a good run. So, penalty to Mr. FP. Still regarded as one of the best players in the world. Ooh, his pony went back to trot a little bit, but he still managed to do that. It had a little stall, just got the balance up, and there he goes, popping it in there and scoring a penalty, putting Fern Park up into the lead a little bit earlier. Obviously, Facundo coming through Elestina. 18 years of age, he became a 10-goaler.
The ball goes back in play. Looking to come away is Facundo Pierres. We're seeing a lot of him early in this contest as Pierres now in between Heggie and Castagnola into the pony there of Antonio Heggie. Teammates this past year in Argentina.
Yeah, very much so. Teammate to teammate, and then there you go, have some of that. It just sort of bounced off a bit of traffic and then actually went up his back a little bit, but he will get penalised for that. He had plenty of inches left and right, but umpires will quickly have a chat. Is it that Tony was coming into position? Or is it that Facundo could have avoided that? If you look at Facundo's last 2 decades, he's one of the very few players to dominate on every major stage, really, John, hasn't he? So Argentine Open, British Open, Queen's Cup, US, Sotogrande. He's done it all.
Yeah, he's a real player who knows what it takes to win these tournaments, the organisation, the horses. But Barto Castagnola now coming round. Castagnola has a look going in between the two. We're going to see his younger brother Heta tomorrow as Barto with a neck shot. It always looked a little bit right.
Yeah, I think he's on Zebra. Little chestnut. Let me have a look at that, see if I can find its details.
Just as you look, we're going to Fern Park, bringing the ball back into possession. Pitaluga takes it up towards Abuadi. Now sends it right for Facundo Pierres. Pierres and Castagnola. Look at the speed here of Facundo Pierres, who looks to run. He's got Castagnola chasing him. Look at Joaquin Pitaluga down the centre of the ground. That's where the ball is heading. There as well was Veer Harmsworth, but in defence will be Santos Merlos. Merlos takes it back towards the back line. Great play. We saw his cousin Rufino Merlos in the last game. It's now here with Santos taking on Facundo Pierres. Merlos has a look down the ground. He's got Antonio Heggie giving him an option, as is Tariq Abuadi. Abuadi taking on Harmsworth. Great play by Veer as Chris McKenzie called for the tail backhand. Last year's defeated finalist Chris McKenzie alongside that Kazakh organisation finds Facundo. Facundo with the tail backhand, but Barto Castagnola read it superbly. Barto hooked by Mackenzie, but he knew exactly where Antonio Heggie was going to be, and it's going to be Heggie with Merlos behind him. Takes it out to the right-hand side. Tail backhand. Love the way they do that as he finds now Barto Castagnola. Castagnola drives it long. What a team play this is by Dubai. Can he get there in time? Santos Merlos. Next shot towards the goal. And what a score. Oh, that involved absolutely all of them as we hear the buzzer go. What a highlight reel goal.
That was a fantastic bit of play from start to finish. If you think how long that play went on from the far end of the field, it's that beautiful long drive from Barto on Fina Sibra, Open Padrino and Fina Lapine. A Dubai horse flew it up and then it was finished beautifully by Merlos. What a nice little end to a first chukker. It's 2 apiece with 2 very strong organisations just finding themselves and sounding everybody out. We'll be back in a few moments here pitchside and on the live stream. We've got a great goal from Ben Campanello from Black Bears. Welcome back, everybody, to Cowdray Park, to Brooksfield, to Dubai. We're just seeing Tony jump back on. Where's that Merlos? No, Santos jumping back on. I'm going to have a look at the goal that we just finished off there. It was a beautiful pass up and then Bosch. And it went really nice from Barto up to Merlos. And it's looking strong, this Dubai side. Winner of the British Open Gold Cup 6 times, but have been in 11 finals. You don't get that. I mean, it is regarded as one of the, if not the strongest teams on the high golf season, especially in the Gold Cup as well. You know, if you look at the 19 teams that have taken part and are entering, it is Dubai is the standard by which many of the professional organisations measure themselves by. But no team in British Open history actually has lifted the Gold Cup more than that. Tramontana was 5 times, but I think Dubai have pipped that by having 6 times. Tramontana back in the 70s and 80s. But their strength isn't just the players, John, is it? It's the horsepower. Every chukker they can bring out world-class ponies, and they've got such support from the Al Bawadi family and Desert Palm Polo Club. It really is a huge family organisation, isn't it?
Welcome back here, then. So we were just talking about the horses and the organisation with Dubai on the live stream. It is so great to see as Fern Park now look to come. Sent down the ground by Facundo Pierres, looking for Chris Mackenzie. Mackenzie over the top, and it will be Barto Castagnola. He's out there on Fidel in this chukker. Barto Castagnola, one of his really, really nice horses. We're going to see Jarara as well later on, as it's now here with Abwadi. Abwadi in front of Pitaluga. Still here with Tariq Abwadi. Down the boards, being watched closely there by Facundo Pierres. He's one of his own open breeding horses out here, Facundo Pierres, as he does tend to be. Oh, but back came Tariq Abwadi down the line. Let's see what way the umpires give this one.
So Facundo was just waiting. He had Joaquin on his right. He was looking over his shoulder. As he went to it, there was a Dubai player onto the near side of him. Faki sort of tried to keep him on his hip side and shut down just as he got to the ball on the boards. You mentioned that horse, Fidel. That's a Lovelock's horse, Fidel. Open New York, Open Cuba, Dark Bay, Dubai horse. On Charlie Hanbury, Lovelock's. Hetta played it last year. Barto's on her this year. Won Queen's Cup Best Playing Pony in the run. And in the Prince of Wales, I think, John, it also won its wins countless of Best Playing Ponies. But watch out for Lovelock's Fidel. This pony can run for sure. Umpires are just having a chat with third man Peter Wright. As Facundo was shutting down towards the boards, he had Tariq on his left, and Joaquin was blocking another Dubai player to the right. So, John, third man Peter Wright has spoken.
Yeah, it was really good pressure there by Tariq Awadi, who never gave up the chase. This new rule which they're bringing in, you can't be turning it left in the past like you could and using blockers. They're really trying to open it up. And that's the rule you see called there. And it's going to be 60-yard penalty.
Such a good rule, that. So Barte on Lovelock's Fidel just tees up this ball.
Looking at some of those numbers, Carl, just as Barto does tee it up. We were talking in the last game and these stats that were getting brought to us, and 60% of their games, Dubai have been out in front, which is top amongst all these teams playing at the moment. They really do like to control games, very rarely behind, and it was only in overtime they lost to Balance Capital. But in the game against Fern Park earlier on in the season, they were out in front most of the time. They did win that day.
Yeah, you're right. It just seems like such... Oh, that's gone wide. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's a well-oiled machine, both of these teams, but Dubai have had such a good run this season in the Queens. And, of course, picking up the Royal Windsor Cup final, the 15-16 goal, which Ali actually won many years ago, about 20 years ago. Faku on the run, John.
So Faku closed down it quickly. These two, of course, winners of a Triple Crown together, Facundo and Barto, as it's now back there, and he's looking for Pitaluga. Pitaluga, but stolen away. But the umpires, in just what has been a little bit of a stop-start to this game, they've blown another whistle.
It'd be interesting to see what they say, but that was really good riding from Joaquin. He came flying down that line, and Barto thought that he had plenty of time. He snuck in front of Pitaluga. Penalty, Fern Park. Really, I mean, I know I've said it already, John, but I'm super excited to see how Facundo gets on with this team, because, you know, they're a great team, Fern Park. They have many achievements over the years, and just Facundo is going to bring such an exciting element.
He does. I remember, as he just steps up here, I remember commentating that game with you last year with Catalagan against Adolfo. And it was 4-3 or something, but there's just something about Facundo.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's something about him. I've enjoyed watching him all these years.
Kalalatagan.
That's the one.
So ball goes back in play here as it comes out for Merlos, Santos Merlos. Lovely under the neck shot. Look at the angle he's managed to find on that, but good blocking work. And that's why the players, they love playing with Chris McKenzie, because he's so good off the ball, doing the block there against Barto Castagnola. Use it is for cool. So Pitaluga sends it out right, looking for Facundo Pierres, calling McKenzie off. He had Vinier side play. The umpires are happy as Barto looks round in vain. Now with Facundo Pierres, look how he just turns around the corner now, sends it long, or he was gone as well, but McKenzie providing the backup. Chris McKenzie chased by Merlos, and Merlos, as this game now does begin to open up here in this second chukker. And just as I said, McKenzie comes across and draws another whistle, but you heard a shout. I wonder whether the umpires may well take a look at this one.
Yeah, I think they will, John, and we'll have a look on the replay for the live stream. But I was just thinking there as the horses came across there, these two are really well matched in horsepower. You've got this explosiveness coming from Facundo and pushing with Chris McKenzie. He's such a physical player. He's so aggressive. He's so strong, and really creating those two bouncing off each other. And then Joaquin is working so hard in the middle. And it's really a lovely partnership from those sides. But at the same time, then you've got Tony and Barto really working well, and Merlos. So they're really nice the way you look at these sides, and you can match up how the dynamic it is for both teams. A quick chat from the umpires. This isn't clean and cut for them straight away. Okay, down to the middle they go. Dubai will have it. So good to finally get some polo out, John. In the last few days in England, it has been incredibly hot. For those of you tuning in, hello from Argentina, America. We've had a few people. Do drop us a message on Facebook or on the social media, and do get in touch direct. We'll give you a shout out, but it's all free this year. And if those of you here at Brooks Pitchside and you can't get to all the games, you can log on Cowdray TV, Polo Line TV for free. This year, every single game live streamed for free. Here we go. Love locks.
So Barto Castagnola facing Chris McKenzie, sent long down the ground. It's going to go close to goal. Pitaluga has to be quick. He's under pressure from two shirts in green, and it just goes wide to the right-hand side. They weren't going to let that be easy for Pitaluga at the back.
For a minute there, I thought Joaquin was stopping. I think, why is he not going to hit it? But he was completely surrounded by Dubai players. They try to get it in, but Joaquin saw it rolling over the line and just sort of hoped that it will go over there really quickly. Watch how Facundo now hooks left and draws the man, but they've read it well, Dubai. It wasn't as left as it wanted from Joaquin, and it's been intercepted, John. Oh.
So Barto leaves it for Heggie. Heggie with the shot, and Heggie with the score. And that defending from the front we spoke about in the last game, how teams are doing more and more of that. They get the score and they tie us up.
That was a great turn from Barto in order to get that. He knew he had Tony behind him. Tony was behind in order to pick that one up from Barto's win on that steal, but wasn't a great one from Joaquin. He couldn't quite get that hooked left to Facundo. 3 minutes on the clock and a change for everybody.
Spoke about the teams, Carl. Of course, Antonio Heggie. He was part of that Dubai side a couple of years ago. That really did dominate that Gold Cup tournament that year alongside Heta, Laule, and it was Rashid Awadi that year. And great to see him back as part. He had a little bit of a face injury. We spoke about this game. He took a stick to the face in a practice. He missed some games. He actually missed this game against Fern Park in the Queen's Cup. But it was Lucas Criado who played that day, and Criado scored 5 of the goals. So it's a substitution that worked, but I think they've been really excited to have Antonio Heggie looking, and he's looking really good. And he's also taken a couple. He's going to be out there in Lovelock, Sugar-Free, typically a horse a game that one of the Castagnola brothers has played. So also benefiting from this amount of horses being left down amongst the Dubai side.
Do you know what Ali calls him? What Ali calls Tony?
I mean, most people call him Antonio,
well,
so you've obviously got something
nickname.
calling
They've
him
got
Tony.
a nickname. They've got a nickname. They call him the accountant because, like any big organisation, the accountant is pretty important part of that organisation. So they have a little nickname, and Ali calls him the accountant because he's so integral to the team. And it's really good that they have this fun and this family banter. Obviously, a huge, huge part of the team, and he has been for many years, as you say. Right, we're back in. Facundo's got it, John, and it's time for Fern Park to release.
So Pierre has sent it long. He's gone for goal from distance, but just wide to the right-hand side.
It's the way Facundo just explodes. He's so smooth, the way he sails those balls down. It wasn't too far off looking at the replay. It was only a few inches to the right-hand side. That was a nice try from Fern Park.
So bringing the ball into play again, it is going to be Barto Castagnola. Barto went for the shot out to the left-hand side. Didn't quite get the angle he was looking for. Santos Merlos looks to make something out of it, but there is Pitaluga. Just a bit short for McKenzie, who was able to come back round, but stealing away in front of all of them. At first was Barto, but then Facundo matches him. Facundo Pierres takes it away. He's on the near side there. It's a whistle. The umpires bring him back before he could go and score.
That's a great... He is on fire today, Facundo. He's just going everywhere at 80 miles and 90 miles an hour. He got away from the Dubai players there, but in coming across, he went offside, near side, and in doing it across that, he's come in front of the number 4 Dubai, and He's given away that as on his explosiveness out. So penalty given to Dubai. It's still 3 apiece here on Brooks in the second with about 2 minutes to go. Interesting the way this dynamic's going. We saw in the first half, Kazakh were quite slow to come to the party. They were a bit jittery. They were a little bit disconnected and then came back in the second half and absolutely turned it on. And I think this game is very much both teams just trying to find out the structure. And there's a pass, and look at him go.
So Barter, a rare bounce on the field, a rare miss from Barter Castagnola as Chris McKenzie is able to pick it up with just over a minute and a half to go in this second chuck. This beautiful new clock we've got here on Brooksfield.
Okay, so we had a couple of players either side of a player there. So Chris McKenzie went in. He had a guy riding him off on the left. He had a guy on the right. We had a bit of a sandwich, I think. A Dubai sandwich, or a Fern Park sandwich, should I say. So release and bit of pressure off. Joaquin. Chris McKenzie enjoying this dynamic. He hooks over there. He's got Facundo waiting.
So Pitaluga sends it out to the left-hand side. Castagnola looks to meet it. He gets a little touch, but not enough to go clear from McKenzie, who kept on fighting. But here now with Antonio Hegyi. Tariq Abwadi goes to the goal. Antonio was looking for the pass, but it's just gone out to the right-hand side. So Hegyi comes back onto the play, being pushed into the boards there by Joaquin Pitaluga. In as well comes Pierres. Pierres pushing hard. Antonio Hegyi turns it round, keeps the line. The umpires blowing a whistle, another whistle in this game.
There's quite a lot of whistles in this second chukker, John, but on that far side, you can see he tried to take a shot, but there's a Fern Park players in the way. He turned around on it. There was a couple of attempts on the ball and a Facundo in front. And you're noticing a lot of people are changing in every opportunity, especially the last few days, without getting these horses out and playing. They've brought a lot of horses to the field, both teams. I know for a fact Dubai have brought a lot, and they are changing and getting these horses out as much as possible. So it will be a penalty to Barto and the Dubai team, just for not letting them get that shot out on the far side in the boards. So here we go. Barto takes it quick. And straight up it goes. He didn't waste any time. Joaquin tried to come across, but there we go. It's a take the lead at the end of this chukker. There's about a minute to go. They want to have the advantage. They want to get that sort of rhythm going and have a bit more power behind them as they come back. Barto picks that one up now. His second of the game.
The players back to the centre of the ground. We'll have one more play, if not two, in this second chukker. Ball goes in play, and there will be two because there's another whistle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We go from a penalty down the far side to Dubai. They get given a penalty. Now we go to a penalty get given to Fern Park. Let's hope we can smooth these out as we move to the third, but it just shows you how erratic both teams are at the moment, just trying to find their groove. It's 4-3, and it will be Joaquin from the spot.
So Pitaluga with the tap. Closing him down straight away is Antonio Hegyi. So Pitaluga sends it down to Facundo Pierres. Just watching him closely is Barto Castagnola. Pierres sends it long from distance again. He's slowly getting closer, Carl. He's taken a few pots from distance.
He has. Yeah, they're making him first shoot out wide. And he really is trying to take a few shots out every time it gets a little bit closer. So Barto will bring this back in. Not long on this chukker now before we head into the third.
So Barto sends it long down the ground, looking to see if he can find Antonio Hegyi. That has gone a distance down the ground. It's gone all the way into the opposition 60, but over the boards as well. So whistle goes. That will be the end of the second chukker.
Right, well, we'll be back in a few moments, everybody on the live stream. 4 to Dubai, 3 to Fern Park. Not a great chukker for smoothness. A little bit too many penalties for, I think, everybody's liking, but we'll be back in a few moments.
Everything begins here. Every field, every crop, every meal. But Across the world, the soil we depend on is under pressure. And the future of farming depends on restoring it. Safe rock, a natural resource to enrich the earth.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's have a look at these horses coming out. Well, there's Barto. That's a great shot of Barto. He's coming out on Alberto Gerarda. Absolute powerhouse. It's a Garan horse owned by Dubai. 9 years old. Machitos Linda and bred by Algeria. One best playing pony in the Queen's Cup in the semis. Lots of league matches. Definitely the horse with the most blankets so far. Antonia Hegi, Anastasia, Santos Merlos, Guri, Silviana Luna, and Tariq Abouari on Madoma. Let's have a quick look at the Kazakh if we've got them coming in. I know for a fact that Joaquin should be starting on Miel. Yes, he is. Signora Miel. He bought that horse not so long ago. It's one of his favourites. Chris Mackenzie on Alex, Veer Harmsworth on Nicholas, and Facundo Pieris on Open Provinciana. Yeah. Signora Miel. I was chatting to Joaquin about Signora Miel. And that horse is off the Garahans as well. Both off the Garahans. One for Barto and one for Joaquin. He used to play the Open. So watch out for Joaquin on this one. Always starts the third normally on Signora Miel.
That long drive by Barto Castagnola at the end of that last chuck, that really did go a distance. Obviously, more than he was hoping as it went off. So we just got a drop ball here as Pitaluga looks out left for Facundo Pieris. Pieris to the left of the waiting Santos Merlos. Just now slows it down. You see that bright yellow captain armband just distinguishing him out there as he sends a long drive, but it's going to go wide for right. It may yet stay in play for Antonio Hegi. Hegi ridden off there now. Here's our first chance to see this beautiful mare, Alberta Gerara, just taking it down at the ground, being chased closely by Joaquin Pitaluga. They're going to do well to catch him, though, as he takes it up over the halfway line. Look at it run now. Already multiple best playing pony winner this year, and it's going to go close. It's going to curl, but it's going to curl left. But our first sight at Cowdray Park this year, this wonderful mare you spoke about, Carl.
Yeah, it is definitely in the Dubai camp. Has the most blankets, as you say. And it's won plenty awards, but you watch, he's got a couple of little black ones, actually, Barto. He's obviously Olivia, and he's got a Lovelock's Barb. It's very dark, and Jajada is also a cracking little powerhouse. He is everywhere. Such a good horseman, Barto, as well. I really enjoy the way he rides and the way he controls these horses. Look at that, taps it out the air, and watch this little mare turn. Look, he comes down to it. As he tries to turn, though, John, there was a Chris Mackenzie in the way on the boards.
Yeah, they're going to have a chat about this one, Carl. Chris is saying he wasn't close enough, really, to put Barto off. Barto's claiming he wanted to hit an open backhand and he was going. So, I mean, two things for the umpire's side. First, was it a foul? And then if it was, how far are you going to move this one up?
Yeah, how close was he? There's lots of talking going on down there. Important to set the stall out from the beginning. So Dubai have got it on the boards there, John.
Yeah, so spot hit here for Dubai, the umpires first. They were having just a look to confirm it was going to be a foul and then how far to move it if it was. But they did decide Chris McKenzie just got stuck. So it's going to be Barter leading this game.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting, John, if we talked about it earlier, didn't I, that we've got Alberto Jajada and you've got Mega Provincinia. I mentioned that at the beginning. They're both from Garahans, all together from the same family and bowed out there on both the side of the team. So shout out to the Garahans and shout out to that breeding. That's amazing. And two amazing powerhouses. Look at that pass up to Joaquin, but Barto's read it well.
Yeah, Barto, you see the confidence he has on this horse as Joaquin Pitaluga spins it back round. Good play by him. Under pressure from Merlos, but Pitaluga will take control of it now, sending it long down the ground, looking to see if he can find Facundo Pierres. Pierres stick in the air, appealing for a foul, nothing coming, so now 2 take 1, and Pitaluga, so good. He wears the number 3 shirt, but so often he will be the deeper player. But what a pass that is. Santos Merlos looking for Castagnola. Castagnola will take the tap to the right-hand side. That's Facundo Pierres and Pitaluga. Now Chris McKenzie looks to get there, but it is all Dubai pressure at the moment. As Santos Merlos out left, going through. Oh, Pierres just nicked in there, got a touch, but not letting him go is Antonio Heggie. Heggie to the right-hand side of McKenzie. Antonio Heggie reaches out, sends it up wide for the right-hand side.
It's a really good try from Dubai. We talk about the horsepower. I mean, just to get my head around that, John, the 3 horses out there, all from the Garahan family. Joaquin, Senor Miel, Facundo's Mega Provinciana, and Alberto Jardada for Barto, which he's just jumping off. He's going to give that one a rest and come out on something else in a moment. Proud moment for the Garahans.
Yeah, worth mentioning, Carl, you were just talking about there. Girara, who's won the 4, showing again the strength of the string before the Gold Cup started. It was Fidel who'd won 2. They were the top 2 alongside another Lovelock's horse. So yeah, this horse string really is so impressive.
It's just amazing
this year.
I'm just loving how much horses are coming to the field, and the Natividad breed, you know, in Dubai has been working on, headed up by Lola Castagnola, Barto's dad. He's not obviously here, he's in Argentina, but talking to Luis Adorni and the horsepower that's coming to the field is just unbelievable. We just saw some great open breeding with Kazakh. We saw some amazing La Dauphina coming in with Jindal Steel, La Dauphina. It just every year it just seems to get stronger, bigger, faster. It's exciting, John. And this is only the first round.
Yeah, I can't wait to see some more of these breeds come out. As it's here now, back on the play with Joaquin Pitaluga. Watch for Facundo Pierres. Somehow he's found an acre of space. You know why that is? That's some really good blocking work done by Veer Harmsworth at the front. He took away Merlos, so suddenly Heggie had to play against 2 of them. As it's here now with Pitaluga. Pitaluga sends it out left, looking for Pierres. Barto, hooked out of it. How about that?
He's lost his stirrup in the process.
Saw his former teammate coming in just for a second. No stirrup, and the speed of Heggie coming back. Castagnola, the open back, and this game now is beginning to open up. Tariq Abwadi. Oh, what a drive that is by Tariq Abwadi. It's just going a little bit left and coming back to make sure he gets no next attempt is Veer Harmsworth. Love the way they're using the 4-player teams out here as it's here now with Barto Castagnola. Castagnola spins it round in front of the Fern Park play. Tariq Abwadi wants to finish what he started, but it will fall again here for Barto. Barto taking it right, taking it left now, has a look towards the goal, into the body of Joaquin Pitaluga.
Good defence from Fern Park, but relentless onslaught from Dubai. Barto with the next shot, try to find the goal. Blockage. They're going to give that to moving up the field, Fern Park.
Pete, why so far up? Yeah, angle and close.
So thanks to the angle and the closeness of those players with the ball from Barto, the angle and the closeness, they have decided that Fern Park will move that further up than just down in their 40. It'll be up 5 in the middle spot there. A lot of these new rules coming in over the last year or so, really helping the game flow, especially at this level. The blocking, live blocking rule, the turning left or right rule, you know, all of these new things helping John. Joaquin now, up it goes.
So Peter Luger sending it for Pierres. Pierres just to the right-hand side of the goal move. Coming back with him is Albuadi. Still good play. Tariq Albuadi, who's stolen it away. What a play by Tariq, as it's there now with Heggie. Knew exactly where Barto Castagnola was going to be. Now Antonio Heggie looks to go down the ground. Barto takes it right. Now he waits. He's got two players running out in front of him with both Santos Merlos and Antonio Heggie. Back comes Chris McKenzie. We hear another whistle.
It has been a couple of whistles too many, I think. This time, a chat from Barto and Jason Dixon. Umpire. Every game feels very much like a semi-final or a final, and that's what you get with the Gold Cup. Every moment matters, every play, every ride-off. I do generally believe that every game is tough for these guys, and they've got to set their stall out from the start, and that sets example as well to other teams and momentum. So, penalty to Fern Park. Facu will take this. He's got Joaquin close, but he's got Chris McKenzie. He knows Joaquin's coming in behind.
So here now with Facu Pierres, ridden hard there by Antonio Heggie, but in now comes Chris McKenzie. Chris McKenzie, one of the hardest working players off the ball, and it's going to fall again to Pierres as a result of that. Flicks it up the air, takes it round that corner in front of the US Polo ASSN side, our great sponsors from the US. Hello to Michael Prince and team as it's here now with Facundo Pierres. Facundo Pierres takes it through. It's going close. Near side backhand. Chris McKenzie scores the goal. Joaquin Pitaluga watches it over. A wonderful score started and finished by Chris McKenzie.
Yeah, that was really, really nice from Chris McKenzie. That was great from Facundo. I mean, it was the little cut shot that got deflected first of all. Facundo's got deflected first of all. McKenzie managed to get on that line before Dubai and just get a near side backhand. That was really nice from McKenzie. Really loving the way he's such a physical player. Like you say, he was with Kazakh last year. And now he's up with Facundo in Fern Park. Back we go. It's 4 apiece, John, with about 1:30 to go.
So Facundo Pierres just looked again for Joaquin Pitaluga and picked up now by Barto Castagnola. Castagnola behind him, Santos Merlos. Merlos, he will pick it up in space. Down the ground goes Tariq Abouadi. Merlos with Barto Castagnola just close by, and it will fall here again for this wonderful player from the back of the ground, sending it long, seeing if he could find Heggie, but only as far as Facundo Pierres. Pierres gives it to Pitaluga. Pitaluga sends it back where it came from, and now Facundo Pierres near side in front of Heggie. Heggie gets the better of Facundo Pierres this time round. Look again for Chris McKenzie. McKenzie, I'm sure his father and mother, Buster and Penny, are watching out in Plettenberg Bay as it's here again here with... Yeah, there's a rare mistake from him, and it's fallen now for Castagnola. Castagnola uses his strength. Triple Crown winners together, remember. Barto Castagnola and Facundo Pierres coming out together at this wonderful Brooksfield. Brooke Johnson, if you are watching, I saw you here yesterday. It is looking superb, this ground you put together all those years ago, as it's here now again with Facundo Pierres. Pierres to the left-hand side of Heggie, just leaves the ball, but the player is opening up. We're seeing a little bit more open from both sets of players now as Veer Harmsworth unable to pick it round. And here now again with Castagnola. Castagnola sends it long. The first buzzer gone before the halfway point of this contest. McKenzie goes back, unable to find much distance on the tail, but there is Pitaluga cutting it across. He was looking for Chris McKenzie as they now just watch the clock run down into the final 15 seconds of the extra 30 as Pitaluga now sends it out for Chris McKenzie. McKenzie looks long down the ground, having got time. He's got 6 seconds to finish it off. He's going to have to get going here. Facundo Pierre against the clock. Facundo Pierre, just as it went. How about it? A pump of a fist for Joaquin Pitaluga. We will just double check it counts, but it's looked and sounded good from here.
It really did look good and sound from here. We'll double check, but look at that. And he piles that straight down the middle. That was beautiful play from Fern Park, all the way from one end to the other. So we are going to give them that goal. It is 5 to Fern Park, 4 to Dubai. And we'll be back in a few moments. Check out the interview with Cruz Heggie that we caught up with him after his Gaston game. And what a good run and an insight into how they're all feeling in the start of their tournament journey. See you in a sec.
No, muy bien, muy contentos de haber arrancado la Copa de Oro. Es una copa muy linda, de mis preferidas. Y bueno, con este equipo que es un programón, con Jean-Paul venimos jugando hace un par de años y la verdad que es un genio. Y bueno, con Beltrán y Juano también unos tipazos. Agradecerle a Juano que hoy nos hizo la suplencia y lo hizo muy bien, un genio, la changa que se hizo y bueno, muy contentos de arrancar y con una victoria más. Bueno, Pelón se cayó en el segundo partido de la Copa de la Reina, me parece, y se quebró la clavícula derecha. Ya arrancó a montar, pero bueno, hay que ver. Si llega un partido ahora de la Copa de Oro estaría buenísimo. Venimos bien, yo creo que podemos andar todavía mucho mejor, pero sí, haber jugado 7 partidos en la Copa de la Reina estuvo muy bueno. Y es más divertido jugar y bueno, llegar a una final subsidiaria también está bueno y está bueno para agarrar funcionamiento y seguir poniendo los caballos. Y bueno, esperemos ahora en la Copa de Oro terminar bien e irnos con una sensación linda. Está buenísimo, es como una familia. Lo conocemos hace mucho, Jean-Paul, jugaba con mi viejo, con Pepe, acá en Inglaterra, viene casi todos los veranos a La Pampa, al cumpleaños de mi abuelo, así que es uno más, las familias son uno más de los Egui y la pasamos muy bien. Él es un tipazo, muy relajado y siempre con la mejor onda y bueno, después jugar con Beltrán, que también es un amigo de toda la vida y divertidísimo, y bueno, tenerlo fuera, ahora nos tocó fuera Pelón, una lástima porque hubiese estado buenísimo jugar con él, pero bueno, jugamos con Gonza Ferrari, ahora con Juano y los dos unos genios. Bueno, con Facu Fernández Llorente también jugamos un partido, así que la mejor onda, ellos tres y afuera también la mejor onda. Está Nachi de coach, está Pepe viene a varios partidos, ahora yo mi viejo, así que están mis primos chiquitos que están todo el día, o sea, es un programa.
Welcome to Cowdray Park. The crown jewel that everybody wants to win. It is, of course, the 2025 Gold Cup for the British Open Championship. Ladolfina Scone, Kazakh. Ladolfina Marquez de Riscal. Fern Park. Gaston. Audius. UAE. White Crane. Bangash. Galatagan, Dubai, Jayan Giri, King Power, La Magdalene, Park Place, Fujian Indian Tigers, Signet Tripolo, Valhalla.
Bass drop.
The radio end, the game has been weighing. Ball's in. Here we go, everybody.
There's going to be a bit of an injury timeout here.
4-on-3. Nico's got the ball out of the throw-in.
And Mia Cambiasso, she's got through. Ladolfina Scone, 9. Katak, 8.
This is an unbelievable finish to an unbelievable game. We're going to talk about this for a long time.
Welcome back, everybody, to Cowdray TV, Polyline TV. Quick look at the stats here at Brooksfield whilst it's half-time. Dubai 4, Fern 5. Let's have a look. Goals. Fouls, pretty similar. Penalty conversions. Dropped 1 on the Dubai side. 2 out of 2 for Fern Park so far. Throw-ins, look at that. 6 Fern Park, 2 Dubai. Pretty similar on the time of drought, 9 minutes and 10 minutes. But thank you to Line Up Polo for association with these stats. We can just see Mr. Bulldog Barber Ian's walking past us on the side of the field. Looking good. We've gone for the same colour shirt whilst I'm talking to the live stream. And obviously a Bulldog haircut. That's why my hair looks so good. Fern Park there, you can see 2 out of 2. Dubai have dropped 1, 50%. Yeah, it's really good stats on here. 30 yards. 1 out of 1 for Fern. Nothing. We haven't had a 30 for Dubai. We've had 140 for Dubai, no 40s for Fern Park, and we've had a 60 each. But Fern got their 60 and Dubai did not. Event map, split screen. Dubai on the left, Fern on the right. You can just see where all the fouls are dotted about. What's really interesting is how these two teams have really forced each other to be actually quite stop and start. Normally these two teams are very flowy and very open and playing big open backhands and big passes, but Facundo was doing that in the very early stages, trying to get the long shots out. Then he's changed that slightly and he's now getting it closer because he realised that that wasn't working. Barto's not having that room to try and flow like he normally does because Chris McKenzie and the boys are getting on this. It's really interesting to see how each team's making the other play, John.
No, it is. And we knew it was going to be tight as well. I mean, was it Fern Park finished 4 wins, 2 defeats, I believe, but all of them by a goal and 2 of them in overtime. So
yeah,
you know it's going to be tight.
Yeah, if we look at Bartu versus Facu, look at that. 5 fouls each, field goals. 1 and 2 out of 1. Yeah, so very close. We talked about how head-to-head on the other side for the other game, how close it was. And it's interesting here, Barto and Facundo on this side, stats-wise. Very similarly matched. Obviously, they play with each other a lot in Argentina and in the Open, and he's been a huge part, but he's up there along the side of Gonza and Adolfo and that sort of era for me. And then obviously the Castagnolas have come in behind him, but he still manages to maintain that standard. And he has an incredible season in the US. He played for Pilot for many, many years. And then I think he went a little bit, I was wasn't always in the headlines, was he, in the last sort of 12 months, but maybe here.
Yeah, had a couple of years. He sort of dotted around a couple of teams after the Park Place organisation.
Yeah, 3. You were a hat trick for Park Place.
I won't try and obviously all of that success he had with King Power. I won't try and mention the game of a team.
Kalalatigan.
Kalalatigan.
You're struggling with that one.
Who he was with, and it was interesting to see that when Fern Park they sort of moved away from the team they had for a couple of years with Palon Sterling, who they were going to get to come and take over, and they've got a good one in Facundo Pierres.
Yeah,
you know it's going to be good, and it is also that level of organisation that he always brings. You know you're going to get the horses.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get the professionalism. We saw Gonzalo Perez Sr. He's obviously around. He was watching Nico, his younger brother, earlier, and you by hiring Facundo, you know you're going to be there or thereabouts, and I think that is going to be the case again. We saw it extremely close, and I love the team that he's built around him as well. You mentioned Chris McKenzie,
yeah,
and also Joaquin. Joaquin over the years,
standing,
exactly, and so dependable. He's not, one of his modern forward sort of running hard number 2 style.
No, he's the clutch player, isn't he?
Always been a good number 4.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's really exciting. Really exciting. He's the engine room, isn't he, for Joaquin? And his relationship with the Hamsworths and with these guys have been for many years. He does so much work off the ball as well, and it's often the reason why Fern Park are able to score those opportunities is because of Joaquin working his magic in the middle. So, yeah, really exciting. Looking forward to seeing what Fern Park bring to this Gold Cup tournament. I'm going to say a little shout-out to Sophie Labutte. Sophie, you're watching on a yacht in Lanzarote, is it? You're somewhere in a very nice ocean with your new line of work. But yeah, big shout out to you. She's saying that the coverage is great. She's loving the commentary. She's loving the quality of the video transmission, watching on the boat. How cool is that? She's just sent me a screenshot and it looks great. The drone shots and everything else look amazing. So do get into contact. The Garahans, big shout out to you. Well done in that last chukker. You had 3 horses out there with 3 of the top players all in the same chukker. So yeah, big shout out to you as well. Let's have a quick look at the horses here. Beer Harmsworth, Neutron, Chris McKenzie, Firma, Joaquin Pitaluga, Rihanna. Oh, we're going to talk about Rihanna in a second. And Facundo Pierres on Gata. And then we're going to have a look at Barto and Dubai and see what they've got from a horse's point of view. Tariq is coming out on Gauchita, Santi Merlos on Despedida, Anthony Hagee, Antoni on Cedron, and Barto is on that horse we all love, another little black one, Love Locks, Barb, Charlie Hambury. Hazel Jackson played it a little bit last year when she was in the Dubai team. Big shout out to you, Hazel, if you're watching. It's Open El Padrino, and a Machitos Barbara. It's Dubai owned, but from a Love Locks. So he's been on Love Locks Fidel, and he's on Love Locks Barb. I look forward to seeing what Barto does with this little mare, cracking little mare, little black mare. Back to Joaquin. His Rhiannon horse plays it normally in the 4th. One of the best that he's got, he says. He's been a bit plagued with the odd injury here and there, he said, and she's always cropping up with something, but just is such a workhorse and always bounces back, and one of his favourites and something that he always relies on here. And here she comes. Such a strong mare. He's right in front of us here. And she's super strong. Facundo and Joaquin, Chris McKenzie and Hamsworth. I think Fern Park have got a real good contender here. But Dubai, 6 titles, 11 finals. You don't just get that by chance. These guys are the massive organisation down at Desert Palm, Ali Abouadi. It's a huge... there's a lot of members watching this game right now in the Pony Bar. Is it the Pony Line? Pony Line Bar. That's it, the Pony Line Bar in Desert Palm, and all back in the clubhouse. Big shout out to you guys watching. And, yeah, we hope that your support pushes Dubai the way that you guys want it to go.
The players back on the centre of the field. It was a goal. We did just want to confirm as the speed of sound. It can trick you out here, but a last-second goal putting Fern Park out in front. But they're going to have defending to do as Santos Merlos looks to pick up the pass from Barto Castagnola, flicks the backhand, and it's going to come here for Facundo Pierres, spinning round. Look at the speed of that. Barto Castagnola, as Carl was talking about on the live stream, out here on Lovelock's Barb. Another, Chris McKenzie went through it all and just left it behind. And it's in now with Heggie. Heggie under pressure from Pierres. Barto Castagnola swooping in. He's going to tell Antonio Heggie just to usher himself out to the right-hand side as Castagnola, the control here, out here, as I mentioned, on Lovelock's Barb sends it out to the left-hand side. In again comes Perez, but still with Castagnola. He's about 70 out. Sends it long up towards the goal. It's going to go close. Tariq Abwadi went for a touch. The umpires may have had a look anyway, but it goes wide to the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Just a nice, good, making them shoot out wide, though. Fern Park keeping that defence nice and tight. Bartow decides to go for it outside the 60, but it just hits a few little bouncing areas and pops left. So it'll be picked up and brought in by Fern Park. Watch Facundo on this chestnut. He's got a runner with Chris McKenzie. Harmsworth's gone in there and Joaquin's gone in behind. Joaquin's now told to take it on.
So sent down at the ground by Joaquin Pitaluga. Chris McKenzie waiting. Look at Veer Harmsworth and Tariq Abwadi as well in the middle, giving the space for McKenzie. McKenzie sends it up and high. The umpire's blowing a whistle as Antonio Heggie got involved.
Yeah, that went up and high, and then he kept on running and he kept on going. I think Tony was looking for it, and he was trying to find it, and in doing so, he darted left and right, and you definitely didn't see Chris McKenzie move off that line one little bit. He stayed fixed to that train track, and in doing so, has taken the penalty against Dubai and for Fern Park. So it will be Facundo going to take this quickly. This might put them in the lead for one more, as he circles round on this chestnut with the white blaze for a little half strike or so, or full strike. What's he going to go for?
So Perez with the penalty straight through out there on Kata.
Yeah, that pony just didn't really help him out there very much, John. It had a little bit of a dance and a little bit left and right, but full swing. Straight up to it and pops it in back to the middle. It is now Fern Park just coming out in the second half.
We saw that happen with a couple of Facundo's penalties. His horse has just taken a jump, but he's such a clean striker of the ball, so consistent as he now looks to come onto the play again. Facundo Perez takes it to the left, looking to see where Harmsworth is. McKenzie taking away Heggie. Across there again came Perez as the backhand played, and turning onto it first is Bartow Castagnola. Bartow in front of Perez again. Bartow has a look. He's got a runner into Abwadi down the ground. So Harmsworth goes back to pay attention there as Castagnola and Perez still. Perez, and it falls between Castagnola and Pitaluga. Lovelock's Barb. Look how it just stops and then looks to go again. The speed and transition of these horses, and then spins around as well. It's such a wonderful horse. We do have a best playing pony, and there's a few of them to pick from today as well, as Perez out to the left-hand side, getting there across in front of them all. Facundo Perez running away. How's he managed to keep control of that one as he now leaves it for Chris McKenzie? McKenzie, use it is McCool, sends it left for Pitaluga. Pitaluga, sorry, no, that's Veer Harmsworth. Veer Harmsworth in space, takes it down the boards on the far side. Veer Harmsworth, what a play by him. Back comes Bartow Castagnola. Veer Harmsworth, not a lot of room to play with, but Castagnola had to make the play, and he did. As now Pitaluga comes with Merlos. Joaquin Pitaluga, ball on the board. The score very much on their favour with 3.5 minutes remaining here as the whistle is blown, and maybe just getting caught with one of those new rules again.
Yeah, let's take it back a little bit, though. There was a really nice moment in the way that game shifted, that Joaquin came in and hooked Bartow. He did a beautiful turn, Lovelock's Barb, but he turned, but Joaquin got in there first on Rihanna and just managed to get that hook, which then released Facundo, and then suddenly Fern Park moved down into the second half of the pitch, and they stayed there for the next 20-30 seconds, and it was a constant attack from Fern Park, and Dubai having to really work hard to defend, which is exactly what Dubai was making Fern Park do in the third checker. So really interesting to see how this is moving from end to end. The new rule possibly coming into play there, and a whistle blown on the far side of the boards. They're going to use this opportunity through this chukker to change onto fresh ponies and come back out for the second half. 6-4 Fern Park lead, but an interesting second half, and it'd be really interesting to see which way the play and momentum swings.
So Barto Castagnola bringing it back into play. Long drive, and he's found the distance. But look how just going back again. Chris McKenzie, tail backhand into the pony bow of Heggie. Heggie able to get there. Back, of course, comes Facundo Pierres. Antonio Heggie just leaves the ball behind, and it's going to be now here with Pitaluga. Pitaluga has a look to see where Facundo Pierres is. He says, keep on going, Joaquin, as the ball goes up and over the back line. There's a whistle. We'll see who got the last touch on that one.
So Joaquin takes it on the near side. As he comes around on the near side, he then, I think it's gone, went over the back line. Safety 60 for the boys. In green, the corners.
I think it's one thing notable as we see Barto stepping up, and we remember watching those games in the Queen's Cup, and it really was becoming a bit of a story of how low the conversion rates were on these 60s. Not only the safeties, but on the actual 60s as well. And it's been noticeable how much better they have been in this Gold Cup. Perhaps the teams have seen the difference. And Pablo McDonough, we saw on the first day, practically perfect. We saw a clinic and penalties as well from the likes of Cruz Heggie, and again earlier from Adolfo, we saw a couple of beautiful 60s. So the conversion rate is going up.
We're going to keep following these stats as well, try and give you a little bit more insight and analysis here on Polo Line and Cowdray TV as the tournament hots up. We're just getting stats and stats after each game, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you more insight. That is a beautiful strike. One beautiful strike from the man, Barto Castagnola. It sailed through. That's a great goal. We just talked about penalty conversions and making sure you're accurate, and that'll take it to 5 goals.
The ball goes back in play. What a wonderful strike that was, and glad as well, because we're talking about how much better these penalties are going.
Absolutely.
As Barto Castagnola takes it out now.
Oh.
Right, a whistle. I think it might be a technical, perhaps.
So Barto takes it down to the far side. It hits the boards. Joaquin is going to change. Chris McKenzie changing. Looks like technical and gone to a 30. Oh, Facundo's got to be careful here. You don't want it to go any further. That suddenly got very severe and is now on the 30-yard line for a penalty for Dubai. And if they get this, that's a goal from a safety 60, and this could be another goal here, taking to 6-6. It's Tony Heggie taking this ball. And there it is, and straight away, within, 30 seconds, Dubai had a 2-goal deficit, and they're now tied up a piece here, and that's how quickly this organisation and these two teams can turn things in less than a minute. It's 6 apiece from Barto and Tony. Good pressure. They've got to be careful, Fern Park. They don't want to now start going off the ball in this fourth chukker. They've been having great control and great power and great presence. Mindset is what it's all about here, because they're evenly matched on horses. And it's Facundo.
Pierres takes it to the left-hand side. Facundo Pierres just picks up a little bit of a bounce up there, as it's still there with Pierres. Leaves the ball behind, and now Castagnola looks to go. He's on one of his little black ponies with the white. We're going to double-check to see which one this is, as Barto Castagnola comes out left, being chased by Joaquin Pitaluga. Castagnola spins round. Antonio Heggie, he was the decoy, as Castagnola just brings it back now. Watched every step of the way by Joaquin Pitaluga. Don't bite in too early, but the trouble is you then get Antonio Heggie. What a strike that is. That one's going to roll close. It's going to go all the way unless McKenzie can stop it. McKenzie, open backhand off the line. What a defensive play, Chris McKenzie, but it's going to come back at them straight away. with Santos Merlos. Santos now, he's got players backing him up, but he has it go by himself through the goal, and 3 goals in quick succession. Dubai, they flip this game on its head. They lead now 7-6, but how about that, Antonio Heggie?
Well, that's what you get with Dubai. Their strength just isn't the players, it's the horsepower, it's the positioning, it's the drive, it's the whole thing. And many teams match their standards against Dubai, and that's how quickly 3 goals in the space of a minute and a half. And that was a great save from Fern Park on the line, but unfortunately, they've just suddenly turned it on in this 4th chukker now, Dubai. Fern Park have lost 3 goals in the space of 2 minutes, and maybe another one, John, as Barto and the boys just seem to have opened up a little gap, and there just seems to be a bit more of a flow through. Another whistle, though.
Yeah, I think Tariq and his eagerness to get involved may have just crossed out in front of Veer Harmsworth, as we see there on the instant replay. Really enjoying watching Tariq, though, playing in this Dubai side. Last year he played with Desert Palm as Rashid. He had the Dubai lineup, but Tariq, he's playing really, really well out there.
Yeah, Tariq's having a great time catching up with the team the other day at Guards, and he's loving life. He's loving how the guys are going. They obviously had the Royal Windsor final, which he's super happy about because his dad won that over 20 years ago. So he's having a great, and he's looking forward to competing because, like you say, we normally see Rashid. So good to see Tariq out there. Now, Fern Park, can they get some focus and momentum back to Chris and Facundo? Facundo on the near side.
Facundo Pierres leaves it. Chris McKenzie looking for a whistle. The umpires, they say play on, and it's here with Antonio Heggie. He's so strong in these short plays. Antonio Heggie with the shot out towards the boards. It's going to come back out then. They've got about 10 seconds, but we saw how quickly this Fern Park side can score. One umpire shouted, use it. The other blew the whistle. That will be the end of the 4th chukker.
Wow, so interesting call there. We'll see what we start with in this next chukker and see where we go. But it's 7 to Dubai. A couple of goals there in the last few moments really turned it for Dubai as Fern Park had momentum. We'll be back in a short moment on the live stream. Check out this great goal from Arcasia's Pablo Madonna from the other day. We'll be back in a few moments. Thank you very much. Welcome back, everybody, to Cowdray TV, Polyline TV here for the 5th chukker. Just looking at the nice new scoreboard here. If you haven't been to Brooksfield yet this season, we had a nice new scoreboard delivered, which has been lovely. It sits nice on the top of the bank. And we're just looking at these two boys coming out, Joaquin Peterluga and Chris McKenzie. Let's have a quick look at some horses. Veer Harmsworth, Erica, Chris McKenzie, Penfold, Joaquin Peterluga, Open Chibar. And Facundo, we do not have, but you know full well it will start with an open for sure. And it'll be an amazing horse, no doubt, for Facundo. Let's have a look at Dubai. What have we got? Kalia for Tariq. Nothing on Santi Merlos. Don't have his list. Pumpkin. Now that's a cracking little Dubai horse. And Barto Castagnola, sugar free. I can tell you a little bit about Pumpkin. Because they've all played Pumpkin, gone around the houses and every single body has played Pumpkin. I think last year Pumpkin also went out and played a lot with, it's Wickford Santa Monica Pumpkin. Tasmanian Devil. It's a little Tasmanian Devil. Yeah, it's another amazing horse. A sister to Santa Ana from the McKinnon family.
I'll also take the opportunity. My sister Alice, she winters all of these Dubai horses, and she says Pumpkin's one of her absolute favourites to look after. It's a real character in the field as well.
Oh,
so
well, there you go. Yeah. It's because it's a little Tasmanian Devil. That's why.
It is, exactly.
Right, here we go.
So Bartow out there on Sugar Free, looking for Heggie on Pumpkin, the two combining. We were just talking about Pumpkin.
Oh, we were.
The horse running down the ground, and that is Bartow Castagnola on Sugar Free. Sends it up to Antonio Heggie on Pumpkin. Two of these powerhouse Dubai horses combining with those players as well.
Unbelievable. And look how quickly they came back in and took that straight away. That's such a great pass. And Tony absolutely flew on Pumpkin. Santa Monica Pumpkin. It's a little Tasmanian Devil. It's another amazing horse, sister to Sister Anna. Santa Ana, sorry, from the McKinnon family. Right, here we go. It's a great little backhand on the grey from Sugar Free up to Fern Park.
Yeah, they've turned this game round Dubai. It's been really impressive to watch. They've just closed down. You're seeing less of an impact from Facundo Pierres. Antonio Heggie getting more and more involved now. Facundo Pierres, though, looking to answer, takes it back. Look at Heggie again on Pumpkin. It's doing so much. The open backhand, but the umpire's stopping him.
Let's have a look at the replay on this one. This will be interesting, actually, to see if we've got a good shot at this, because this is an important call if it goes to Fern Park, because which it really will, because Tony's just come straight in front of there, I think. But a penalty there. They need a little bit more momentum, Fern Park. They need to just sort of refocus. They've lost that beautiful structure that they had. Chris McKenzie was working so nicely with Facundo in those first few chukkers, and then Joaquin was the engine in the middle, and it all seemed to be flowing quite nicely. But they've just, after the third chukker, they just seem to have got a little bit disjointed. I don't know whether they've tried to change it up a little bit and try to focus more on taking Bartow. And
well, we saw it as well, Carl, sorry to jump in, we saw it as well, the change Kazakh made
halfway through after
the third chukker of the last game, and that involved getting Leon Donoso more involved. They've seen
that was a good idea.
That was a very good idea. Dubai have closed down Heggie more, as we just see there the score.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, good little goal from Facundo. So that takes them back into contention. But that was just a silly mistake from Tony, wasn't it? I mean, he didn't, that wasn't rocket science. It was just the heat of the moment.
The players back to the centre of the goal is scored by Facundo Pierres. Another penalty for him, another goal for him. And they're going to like that. They were on a run of 4 goals, having conceded. So good to stem the flow there, as we see Bartow Castagnola, this beautiful Lovelock Sugar Free, just tapping the ball now. Look at the control, then look at the speed. And that is the sign, but just the bounce of the ball beats him out, and turning around onto it now was Heggie. A whistle as Veer Harmsworth came in as well.
I don't know about you, John, but I love when the guys come out on greys, because they're just so much easier than the 80% bay mares. But we love Lovelock Sugar Free, mother to Lovelock's Sugar Daddy. And out of Fina Sugar by Fino Janus. Shout out to Charlie Hambry and the Lovelock stud.
And back here on the field, it is Joaquin Pitaluga. Sends it out left. Picked up here now by Heggie. Heggie with the under the neck shot, looking for Bartow Castagnola. Bartow, 2 players crowding him out, and they still can't stop him. Look at this as Castagnola takes it left again. On the near side, on the offside. It won't matter to him as he now taps it under the pony, turns it round and faces. He looks for the gap out to the left. Santos Merlos is the option. Cut shot by Merlos to flex off the pony. And Chris McKenzie will watch that. But how about that again by Bartow?
Yeah, it just looked a little bit chaotic there from Fern Park. They looked like they had to sort of really all go to Bartow. And Bartow was just hopping around on Lovelock Sugar Free to the left, to the right, to the inside. He then decided to really open up to the left-hand side. And that cut shot was a great effort. I mean, it was very near impossible, but he had a good go at it. Now, can Joaquin get some space to Facundo? Will Lovelock's Sugar Free come in and take out Facundo? It goes up in the air. He's got to control it. Cuts it back inside, John.
How about that by Facundo Pierres? He just saw Bartow out to the corner of his eye. And we've actually just been told, apologies, it's not Pumpkin he's out on. Just received a message. Thank you. So having gone as it's here now. As here now with Barto Castagnola. Barto on sugar-free, takes it out to the left-hand side. Picked up here by the waiting Santos Merlos. Santos Merlos with the tap up towards the goal. Picks it up. Merlos now finding Heggie. Heggie on the near side. Heggie running up towards the goal. The near side backhand played and again by Pierres, and they're going to send it back where they came from as they're now with Abwadi. Abwadi. In there again will come Antonio Heggie. Antonio Heggie taps it out to the left, taps it to the right. Watch the speed as he comes round. Still now with Heggie. Heggie takes it right, looks up towards the goal. Still he goes with the next shot. It's going to curl, but I think it's just going to go wide left.
7-6. And a change. All change. So nice to have a little bit of a cooler weather, a little bit of breeze in the air. Tony Heggie. They call him the Punchinator, John. Well, you can see why, because he just punches through the attack. Really interesting to see how he controls Antonio Heggie. What is he now, 23? Definitely following the footsteps of multiple generations in his family, the Heggie family dynasty. Fourth generation polo player. What is it? Grandson of Alberto Heggie, Alberto Pedro Heggie, 17-time Argentine Open champion, and also a successful vet. Yeah, great grandson, Antonio Heggie, who won both the Argentine Open and the British Open. And he kind of has the traits of like Pepe come the mobility of like Gonzalo. Like he's got a mix of both, Tony. He's just, well, when he debuted in the Argentine Triple Crown in 2023, he filled a spot for Lucas Monteverde at Indios Chalapalufo in 2024. Clinch victory for the Heggie legacy in 2024. So yeah, we are enjoying watching Mr. Tony, or as Ali Al-Bawadi likes to call him, the accountant, because every good organisation needs an accountant. Right, Facundo, on the ball. Come on, Fern Park.
So Facundo Pierres, he will pick it up here. Pierres goes to the right-hand side. Good blocking again by Chris McKenzie. That's what we saw a lot more of early in the game. Chris McKenzie giving Pierres the space to run. Now look at him go. Now Chris McKenzie goes up, calling for the pass. And if nothing else, stretching the play as Pierres comes across with the under the neck shot up towards the back line. That one will go over the back line.
I feel like we've lost a little bit of momentum here, but for both teams, we had that explosive couple of minutes of Dubai just getting into the lead there, and Fern Park just letting a few goals go in. I feel like it's just equated back out now, and they've tried to find a balance. Fern Park just putting the pressure on. We're only one goal behind Fern Park, 8-7 in the fifth, and we've still got another chukker to go. It's just whether this focus or whether this mindset from the team, because they just keep punching up. Tony is completely in the right place, John. Every time Barto sends a ball up, Tony is always on the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, Santos Merlos, he's also had a great game as he takes it out to the left-hand side. Merlos, looking to take off here. Harmsworth at the back. Going back as well is Facundo Pierres, and Pierres looks to have got there. Oh, he just beat him by the bounce. Barto's not far away, but Chris McKenzie able to get there first as the umpires blow the whistle on the play.
So it was a chip back in from Facundo. He took it on the near side. And so that was then picked up by McKenzie. And McKenzie was on the line. And just unfortunate that Dubai got caught short there, because the way that turned, that was such a lovely little chip in for Facundo to Chris McKenzie. But Chris McKenzie was right there on it, and just, yeah, Dubai just got caught short. That was unfortunate for them, but 5B, spot penalty.
And Joaquin Pitaluga sends it long down the ground. Chris McKenzie looking to get there in front of... That was Merlos with the backhand. Merlos looking for Barto Castagnola. Castagnola waiting very close by, as in there again came the Fern Park defence. Castagnola stick in the air, appealing for the foul, and they will move this one forward.
So as quick as it goes one way, it's as quick to go the other. And it'll get moved up even closer this time. Couple more changes. Tony just whips up to the top, changes again off the top. If you think Barto has won every major championship in polo, from Palermo to Palm Beach, from Cowdray to Guards, he's only 25 and he already rivals many of the game's established legends. He got to 10 goals at 20 years of age. His understanding when he plays with his brother or when he plays at this level is just something that's forged through a lifetime of family playing. Great to see him really taking charge and leading the Dubai force this year. He's remarkably composed as well, John, I feel, that Barto. You never really see him get that irate.
He's a very different player, Carl, to the way Heta plays. But like you say, they're both so good individually, but when they combine, that's really polo at its best.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? So this isn't sugar-free, by the way. Sugar-free, he jumped off sugar-free. He's gone on to another grade, but that has gone through. And that's a nice goal for Barto. Pops up through Dubai. Increase their lead again with 1 minute to go in the fifth. It's a 2-goal deficit for Fern Park. They just lost that fluidity. Got to be careful on the fouls. And a nice strike from Mr. Castagnola.
Just under a minute until we hear that first buzzer go. Can Fern Park make it a 1-goal game? 9-8 it finished in the Queen's. Oh, there's a whistle on the play. Both sides thinking it's going their way.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dubai just stalling there in front, not letting that player come through and play. So a quick spot penalty to Fern Park. It'll be Facundo, Chris McKenzie. And Facundo, he's got Joaquin behind him. McKenzie goes up for the long ball, but they've read it well for Dubai.
They have, but the danger's not yet over. Chris McKenzie's close. Oh, has he picked up the line there with Tariq going back?
This will be interesting. Oh, this is going to be an interesting call with 30 seconds left of play. We can see what the drone picks up here. Tariq's gone in and played it right in front of Chris McKenzie's horse that I can see on the drone. But should he have taken it on the near side, are they saying? 9-7. What a beautiful shot. The pitches look amazing. You're right about Brooksfield. Oh, all the fields look great. It's the start of the season. We could do that. A little bit of rain's due, apparently, over the next few days. So with the heat and the rain, we should hopefully have some nice... Yeah.
Massive amount of appreciation to the ground staff. I mean, we know, we've been saying how hot it is, and that obviously asks a lot of the horses, and we will obviously show the love to the teams, the management of the team, but also the team here at Cowdray, how they've managed to keep this going with the grounds, the conditions, taking all the warnings from the Met Weather Office, from the HPA coming down, the delays in play. Oh, they give this one to Dubai.
Yeah. Looked like a throw-in at one point, but no, it's going to Dubai. Okay, interesting. So Chris McKenzie should have taken it on the near side. I think Jason Dixon was explaining there. Right. They've given it to Dubai. Fern Park should have played it on the near side. Barto reads it nicely. Look how much space they've just given to Mr. Merlos. And then it is now the attack, the onslaught again. And he's right in there to pick that up, John. Unbelievable play.
Look at this by Barto. Barto now running in between. Barto Castagnola for Dubai. Going back is Pitaluga. Still though, Barto underneath the neck. Has he found it? He did, but it's gone wide to the right-hand side. The clock will run down, and Carl, one chucker left in this one. And Dubai, they lead 9-7.
That was fantastic play. Beautiful play from Dubai. Pass and play, pass and play. They found the gaps. They came out left here, had a few moments, and that could have been finished if it hadn't been for a Fern Park player just blocking. 9-7. End of the fifth. We'll go to a quick commercial break. Do not go anywhere because this is two Titan teams that are going to be contenders in this tournament. Got one more chukker to go, and there's only a couple of goals in it. See you in a few moments.
Feel it more with Lineup Pro, the premium subscription from Lineup Polo. Follow every stat live in real time. Search any player and discover win rates, strongest teammates, and powerful performance insights. Search Lineup Polo and subscribe now.
So, 9-7. One more chuck to go. Big organisation, Dubai. Holding fast in this last chukker. They had a really good chukker. If you look at the chukkers, look at this. So 2-2 in the first. In the second chukker, they just edged away with two more, one from Fern Park. So it was 4-3. Then it was one for Dubai, two for Fern Park, brought them to 4-5. And then this is the shift. They jumped from 4 goals to 7, and Fern Park only answer with 1 goal in the second half. And then they answer again with 2 goals, taking it to 9, and only 1 answer from Fern Park. So for every 1, there's 2 being scored by Dubai, which it all comes down to this chukker, and that's a lot. That's 3 goals they've got to get back to take the lead now. Fern Park. Horses are being changed constantly. I mean, if you look at how many... So Barto brought 13 horses to the field today. Tarek 7. No, Tarek 11. Sorry, Tarek brought 11. 12 for Santos and 13 for Tony. Tarek's coming out on Liricia. Santi we don't have. And Donny is Disputa, we think. Barto, we're not sure. He's chopping and changing. He's jumping on... He just went. The other grey was called Dylan Choqueta. He then was on Lovelock's Sugar Free. Then he went on to Dylan Choqueta. He's been all over the place.
Please do, just as Carl says, let us know.
Yeah,
if you,
please
if you,
do. Yeah,
thank
message
you
John.
to Jake Daniels, who dropped me a message. He was obviously part of bringing the Santa Ana breed over to the UK for the high goals. So thank you just for clarifying. That wasn't actually Pumpkin in the last one, but we try and keep on top of it. We go and get some information before, but with these horses always changing, it's really useful to get your insight to help bring that information to the viewers.
Yeah, I think Barto, by the looks of it, is going to come back out on Lovelock's Fidel. Yeah, and like John said, a lot of you have our contact details, or you can message us. It always helps. We can't get every single pony right, but we really want to bring you as much information as possible, and it's all about the horses, and we want to build that this year on the tournament here for the Gold Cup. So Barto, definitely Lovelock's Fidel. It came out earlier. It's a cracking little pony. Open New York, Open New York, Open New York, Open Cuba, Dark Bay. It doesn't have any face markings. It's got 4 little white legs, little white blaze. Dubai horse, Lovelock's Charlie. I think Hetta played Lovelock's Fidel a bit last year, and Barto came out on Lovelock's Fidel earlier. What do you think, John? What do you think? What do you think so far? I haven't asked you yet. What do you think so far?
I really enjoyed watching Dubai play in the Queens. I really enjoyed watching Barto play, and it really became clear how these horses he's got this year, this improved string, is making him look like a player slightly more direct and attacking with a bit more speed than we've seen in the past, and it really does look great. You mentioned Lovelock's Fidel, 2 best playing ponies through the Queen's Cup. Then Alberto Gerrara, 4 best playing ponies in the Queen's Cup. That's the 2 most.
Yeah.
and for that to be under one player is amazing. And he looks electric. So I really enjoy watching Dubai play, and they got so close to beating Balance Capital, closer than anybody else in the Queens. You know, they were over time, as we see him come back round here. But no, I think this team's going to go far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think always do, always will. Okay, so penalty taken. That's gone wide for Barto. It was far out, but he gave it a good go. Facundo Pierres will be coming out on a pony called Karina Olga. Thank you to Mr. Garahan for that information. Here he comes now on it now.
So it's here now with Antonio Heggie. Now, I can assure you this one is pumpkin that Antonio Heggie is now on as he now comes down the ground. Thank you again, Jake Daniels, for the message. It's here now with Antonio Heggie, and he's stolen it. Left behind, and it will be picked up by Chris McKenzie. McKenzie sends it out wide right, looking for Facundo Pierres. Pierres still being watched there by Merlos. Merlos applying the pressure, 9-7. They are in control, but one quick goal. We've seen how these games can turn around in an instant as Pierres now sends it down the ground, looking for Harmsworth to take away Heggie, but Heggie got back. Near side backhand played, looking for Castagnola, is still with him there is Mackenzie. Barto Castagnola, the backhand into the open space. Here now with Santos Merlos. Look for Antonio Heggie. Antonio Heggie has gone flying down the ground, but Merlos just deciding we're in the lead. We do not need to rush this as he just takes it now up to a waiting Pierres. Now he does send it long. It did allow Pitaluga to go back, though, as it heads towards the back line. Heggie went for the big neck shot just over the back line, and Antonio goes flying.
Suddenly got up another level of speed in that six-chucker. Everybody coming out on the big guns, really just trying to push. A bit of a domination there from Dubai, just stretching the Fern Park. They just got lost a little bit. They're just always a stride or two behind. Facundo trying to come in, but they keep releasing. They keep pushing up, and every time Tony's in there or Merlos is in there. This time, though, Facundo comes in. That's nice. Joaquin tries to reach out for that one, doesn't quite catch it, but it's picked up once again by Tony. Look how quick, how smooth he is, John.
Yeah, such a nice play on the ground, both the effort and the skill as well. He gives it everything out there on this wonderful Brooksfield ground as Santos Merlos finds Tariq Abouadi. Abouadi looking to run out to the left-hand side of Pierres. Pierres coming back. In there again came Heggie. In there again came Tariq. He's had such a good game, has Tariq Abouadi, still applying the pressure. We've seen him come close with Pierres a couple of times, but this time Mackenzie takes control. Mackenzie gives it back now to Facundo Pierres. Just has a look out in front of him. Pierres leaves it for Pitaluga. Mackenzie stretching the play out in front as Barto Castagnola goes back in. Now it's going to be Pierres. Pierres sending Mackenzie down the ground. Santos Merlos not far away. The open backhand into the pony, and as it so often does, falls onto the end of Barto Castagnola's stick. In game for Facundo and Olga, I think you said it was. Sorry, Karina.
Yeah, Karina Olga. And that'll be a Lovelock's Karina Olga sandwich, or a little thing as he turns in. He just turned right in front of him there, Facundo. I think he didn't quite get that one right, did he? It's not often you see Facundo mistime something like that, but he did just. It was the speed of the way Barto turned on that circle, on that ball, and just claimed that line, and Facundo just tried to come in, check up and turn. So unfortunate for Facundo. He gives away a penalty there, and Dubai will have it up in front. They're going to use this opportunity to change. Everybody, Barto whips off down the other end. Another change for him. A couple of changes up, going up at the top there. 9-7. This could take them to 10. They are slowly edging into a little bit more of a stronger position, Dubai. Horses are constantly just being changed. Here he comes. He's back out on Olivia by the looks of it. No, I think that's Gerara. Yeah, let's have a quick look. So many horses. Yeah, Gerara. The powerhouse. Penalty, 60-yard for Mr. Barto Castagnola. Often described as the complete modern polo player. Which actually, if you think about that, he is really. Because if you look at he's got outstanding ball control. He's got, exceptional vision. He anticipates, but he's there. He's always in the right place. He's very powerful with his long ranges. He's very accurate with his long ranges. But he's also calm under pressure, and he's great with all the small stuff as well. So,
a great playmaker. Yeah, is a big thing about him.
He dominates aggressively.
Ooh.
This is nice. This is very nice from Barto. The flag went up. He sailed that nicely. Castagnola, he's had a couple from long range today, and he's got them. He's got the long range ones. In it goes. They win the line out, John, and it's Dubai just seem to have an extra gear.
Yeah, they've really come out strong in the second half. Very similar to the last game, how we saw Kazakh come strong in the second half. And once again, it is here, sent down the ground by Hegi, and he's looking for Merlos. Merlos combining, he's out in front. He's going to go for the next shot, but it just deflects wide. Right, but that clock, it will continue to tick down into the final 3 minutes of this contest.
It's interesting because he played Alberto Gerrara in the first opening part of the game. He then left at the powerhouse, came back out on her now. Machitos Lindo out of Alegria, and has won so many best playing ponies, this horse that Barto's on. But you can see why, John, in ears of forwards, explosiveness of power. He's everywhere on this horse, controlling the whole game and the whole flow. Joaquin picks this up for Fern Park, but is there a whistle? Yeah, interesting. It'll be a 5B, I think. .236 on the clock.
Facundo Pierres with the tap. Pierres now looking to take on Castagnola. Castagnola and Pierres left now for Pitaluga. Pitaluga get this one, and we've suddenly got an interesting last couple of minutes, but it's deflected away there and given again to Barto Castagnola. It's his playmaking, his sweeper abilities that separates him from so many other players in the world as he now leaves it to Merlos. Merlos down at the ground at long. Pretty much anywhere will do. That clock will continue just to tick down into these closing stages. We head to Stedham, of course, after this for the 4:30 game as Pitaluga with the tap into a little bit of space. Joaquin Pitaluga, can he make it 10 goals to 8 and just keep Dubai honest at the end? A whistle has gone.
It's been a game of whistles, hasn't it, John? It hasn't been as flowing as the Kazakh Jindal La Dauphine game, but it will be that the Dubai team look to take this with 1:50 on the clock. A first win of their first match. Both of these teams coming out for the first time. We had Akasha this week have played 2 games. They've won both of their games. Pablo Madonna, Alexander Garese, the Formula Magdalene team, they've won both. With White Crane have been out twice this week. Unfortunately, they've lost both of their games. Here we go. Facu Pierres. And then it goes. Takes it 10-8. 2 in it. They needed that, but they could have done without a little bit earlier on. It's quite a hard one to get a few more in the bag with 1:35 on the clock. But a good opening to see where Fern Park's at. 4 qualifying games. All of these teams will play. You can still get quite far if you have 1 loss and 3 wins. But just the more pressure on, the more you lose. Look, they're going for it, though. Joaquin there. Up to Facundo, John.
So Facundo Pierres, he knows this game not yet done, but they need to go quick as Pierres out the air. Can he find a neck shot from this angle? Just ran out of space on it, but he keeps the chance there. And it's going to be Mackenzie and Castagnola out there on Gerrara, taking it out towards the board. And there is Barto. Is that the player that has won the game as we go into the final minute of this contest now? Fern Park, they've got to be quick to buy. They're not going to take any risks as it's turned around again here by Pitaluga. There is Heggie. Heggie offside, near side. Mackenzie comes in. Still Heggie goes as Castagnola thought about going, but they also think about saving the horses. But there now is Pierres. Facundo takes it out to the right-hand side. Mackenzie calls him off. Chris Mackenzie up high into the air. There goes... Nope, that wasn't the buzzer. I thought I heard a buzzer in the distance, but it's going to be still with Facundo Pierres. Pierres underneath the ponies. Oh, they're appealing for the foul. The umpires, they're going to have a look, but I think they're just going to say goal. They needed a foul as well, but that is 10 goals to 9.
Oh, that's a goal, 10-9. Wow, that's a close game. They had to fight for the last couple of chukkers, Fern Park. They're saying that the time that... Little chat to the umpire, 10-9. They're calling that. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is it. It was such a close game, and actually Fern Park had some little moments for Fern Park of brilliance towards the end, but just Dubai constantly turning that screw, constantly driving and watching that Fern Park and those horses, and Barto super well mounted. I mean, his horse list is insane. And good plays from Merlos on that side as well. Veer Harmsworth, Facundo, Joaquin, Barto, Joaquin Pitaluga, Tony Heggie, and all of the boys out there. Tariq, what a great game he had. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes here at the Brooksfield pitch side. Will be a presentation for the Kuch Bahar Trophy for the winning team for Dubai. They win this year, the Kuch Bahar Trophy. And then we'll be moving to the Stedham Field at 4:30 for our final match of the day. It will be Shoreline versus Clinover. Thank you very much for watching on the live stream, and thank you very much. We will see you very shortly at 4:30. If not, we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.